Hello, I hope you are home safe and healthy and not in too much of an economic distress. Today we will be talking about the driving force behind artificial intelligence. What is giving impetus to rapid advancement that is happening in the field of AI? I've heard people like Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris tell us that human beings, by their very basic nature, are curious. They love to create stuff, they love to innovate. And I think I agree with this proposition. It's because of human curiosity that we have been able to look beyond our universe. We have been able to look into future. And not only that, we have been trying very hard to make sure that we are in the position to shape our future that is likely to be characterized by artificial intelligence. Now, I hope that you sense political correctness when I tell you that our future is likely to be characterized by AI. There is no likelihood. It's the sure shot scenario. Our future is going to be all about AGI, superintelligence, and singularity finally. There is a problem with the proposition that we are progressing ahead on the path of AI because of the human curiosity. It's not really the case. I do acknowledge that those professors and scientists who are working in the field of science and technology, and especially in the field of AI, are very innovative, they are creative, and that's why they want to look beyond our universe. They want to look into the future and try to understand what does future entail. But most of the people who live on this earth, they are not that curious. Even if they were, because as I told you, it's in their very basic nature, our education system has made sure that they are not curious anymore. They cannot think outside the box because they want their success to be there in the economic system. So our education system is turning people into conformists, and they are not allowed to think beyond. And that is because of our economic system, of which our education system is a part. We will not go into the detail of it, but we will come back to the point that allows us to understand if it's not the human curiosity ultimately that is leading us on the path of AI, what is? And I think the answer lies in economic system. Why? The basis of any science and technology is the research that you have to do to lay as a foundation of the whole progress. Now, the research is of two types. One is the basic research, and the other one is advanced research. Now, the advanced research is always based on the basic research. So, the problem with basic research is this, that it's very risky because whenever we are engaging in any basic or foundational research, we have no idea whether we will be successful or not. And just remember, as I told you before, that the research is happening in economic system. Now we need money to do any kind of research. It's very easy to find money for advanced research because we already have basic research in place and the risk is way too low. But I know that the way economic system is run on the basis of businesses, the higher the risk, the more is the profit. But the risk associated with basic research is so high that even the contemporary economic system is not able to take it in. And that's why the basic research is always done using public money, using taxpayers' money. So if the basic research is done using the taxpayers' money, who allocates that money is the government, who controls the government is the corporate sector. That corporate sector which is not brave and strong enough to make sure that they are able to take the risk associated with the basic research. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. I think that it's the perfect way to get the basic research done because we need to spend money in the field of science and technology so that we can make human lives more comfortable. Now, if the basic research has been sponsored by taxpayers' money and the government and the private sector is behind that, the basic research after it's done is taken by the corporate sector itself so that they can turn that basic research into commercial projects by engaging in more advanced research. So the corporate sector does two things. One is that they take the basic research that has been done using the taxpayers' money and they engage in advanced research. Doing advanced research is also a good business proposition. It's a good business model. Further, they try to take the advanced research and commercialize it by deploying the technology in the real economy. And that's why That's how they come up with various products and services that are based on that advanced scientific and technology research. Just one more small but very important point before we move ahead. You take any company on the top of economic pyramid, and of course those companies are tech companies because we are moving ahead on the path of artificial intelligence. We are transitioning into digital economy, at the core of which lies artificial intelligence. So those companies, it could be like Google or Apple or any other company who have been at the top of economic pyramid. Those companies achieved success on the basis of the result of the basic research that was funded by public money. And after the research results were misappropriated, I would call it misappropriation because what has been made available to everybody on the basis of collective endeavor of all the people who have paid taxation money to the government. If that result is being usurped by those companies who are trying to make money and not giving that money back to all other people, I would call it misappropriation. But anyway, that again forms the subject matter of some other video. So you take any company in the history of mankind, any big company in the history of mankind, their product and service was built on what can be referred to as the result of public funded basic scientific and technology research. Now the issue is, where does this all answer the question that I asked in the beginning of the video? How are we progressing ahead on the path of AI? What is driving us to move ahead on the path of AI? And here is the answer. As I just told you, that companies or corporate sector takes the basic research and they use the research to further transform it into advanced research. Engaging in advanced research is also a good business model because then you can sell the result of that advanced research to anybody else or further capitalize on it, commercialize it when you deploy the technology in the real economy. So it looks like this: basic research, advanced research, and the deployment of the result of the advanced research in the economy. Now, why would you want to deploy the technology into the real economy? Well, that is what we have been doing throughout the history of mankind. Remember industrial revolutions. Industrial revolutions are nothing but use of technology in order to make sure that our economy keeps moving ahead. Is only to make sure that we achieve economic development. Now, the reason that is given in favor of industrial revolution or economic development is that industrial revolution uses technology to produce those products and services that make our life comfortable, that make our life safe and healthy. And that's why the deployment of technology in economy is given a humane face. It implies that our civilization is becoming more civilized. We are moving ahead on the path of development. We are progressing. And that's the basic inherent course of our civilization. We are on this earth to be able to achieve that. So summing it up, technology is used in economy in the form of industrial revolutions, and right now we are in the fourth industrial revolution. We are using artificial narrow intelligence and we are slowly progressing ahead towards artificial general intelligence. It means that we want technology to improve, to take us towards AGI and then superintelligence. So it's the economic interest that is driving artificial intelligence on that path. The first industrial revolution steam engine, it meant that we could produce more using less labor. Then we had electricity. We could increase the output, produce more, productivity increased, and we could lay off people because we didn't want to pay salaries to them. There is an argument that says that many more jobs were created. I agree that many more jobs were created, but there's a problem with that too. But we will talk about that problem in a different video. So throughout successive industrial revolutions, we have been able to increase the productivity, increase the output, but reduce the labor, and at the same time make more profits for the corporations. And then we had computers that caused automation of the whole production process. Now, what we have today is beyond automation. And so the computer was the third industrial revolution. Now we have the fourth one, the artificial intelligence. And we are going away from automation towards autonomous production. It's not only related to autonomous production, we will have AI play a very big role from the very conception of products and services to the post-sale scenario. In order to run our digital economy, we have to make sure that we have AI in place. And that's why, before I say thank you for watching the video, just remember that curiosity of human beings is the most important part that we need, but that is being incentivized by the economic interest of our corporate sector, because corporate sector is pushing it forward at a very high speed. And I think that it's very good for humanity, no matter how it's done, but the final result that we will have AI in place will be for the betterment of all. I think that you might want to read the chapter that was written by Karl Marx. The name of the chapter is The Fragment on Machines. You will find it free on internet. That chapter will tell you that the technology has been moving ahead because of economic principles, and that is what will lead us towards the full AI scenario in future. Thank you again.